What's up, everybody? This is episode 13 of the Nothing Serious podcast. I have two of my most popular guests on here, Lamar and his beautiful daughter. What's your daughter's name, man?
Gary.
Carrie?
Yeah, with a C.
Okay, okay.
Hey, Carrie.
And we have Miss Angie B, too.
Hey, dun, 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 dun.
All right, well, today we got a really good show in store for everybody. Um, we're going to talk about some interesting topics. I'm going to let Miss Angie tell us what she wanted to ask the group.
Okay. I'll lead it out with my question. There's been a lot of controversy about online dating versus in person dating. And so my question is I have done both, and people feel that it's better if you meet someone in a grocery store for women. Let me give the woman's perspective. If you meet someone in a grocery store, Home Depot, or Lowe's, a Starbucks, something like that, as opposed to online dating. So my question is if somebody has somebody or somebody's just not going to be forthright, outside of seeing what they look like, is that person really better for you just because you like are they less of a liar just because you met them at Home Depot as opposed to online? That's the opening question.
Lamar?
Man, that's very interesting. I mean, I've never done the online dating thing, so I can only speak, what's positive, what's in person. Um, I think that, you know, when you meet someone in person, you kind of get like the full effect. You kind of, you get a chance to hear their voice, what they look like, how they sound. It's 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 profound than you doing things online, because online you just you're just doing that. um and at times, we were just talking about Facebook. You could possibly, send a picture on Facebook, but who's to say that's the real person? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they could just pull any picture, off of Facebook and say, yeah, that's me. But I mean, like I said, when you meet someone in person, it gives like the effect. Like I said, you pretty much get a feel, because you kind of can feel a person out. Um, you know, you see how the way they dress, like I said, you see how they act, you see how they talk. And that makes a big difference if you want to, kind of like move forward. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a slight, it gives you, if there's a pie, it gives you half. The other half you have to most definitely, talk things out and see how the person is. So, but at least you got half, and then you gotta go back and, you know if you're anything, like I was, Marcel, back in the day, you go and tell your boys, man, I met this fine chick, bro, and
Yeah.
blah 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 da, 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 da. And so now, at least your boys know that, you with somebody, or you're dating or whatnot. So yeah, so that's
Yeah.
my
So,
perspective on it.
Lamar, let me add this just so you know this now. So, and I'm not advocating for any online dating. This is just awareness. So, I've used Facebook dating before, and they actually now have a voice enabled thing. So, you can hear a person's voice. And they also have something where you can confirm your photo. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, they've made enhancements. Um, But I was just,
And I think that's cool because now that they have added that feature, because like I said, like I stated earlier, you could just post any picture, and so at least that's the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So at least they're getting better with that aspect.
it's not
And
required though. You can opt to confirm your photo or not.
and I
So,
can opt to not
yep,
continue the conversation with you either.
exactly, exactly, exactly.
Because I man, it's some Netflix specials out there, bro. That yeah, yeah. So yeah, but I'm glad they do have that part, in their piece. And it makes it so you're not getting half of that pizza of that pie. You're getting like a little corner piece now.
hmm
So, but that's what I got.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm the only other person because Angie's the one who posted the question. Um, so, okay, when it comes to online dating opposed to dating someone in person, obviously, or meeting someone in person, like Lamar said, when you meet someone in person, you can see this is the actual person that you're talking to. You can see how they dress. You can smell them and see if they have good hygiene or not. Their breath don't stink. Stuff like that. So to be honest with you, I'm an advocate for meeting someone in a grocery store because I'm telling you, man. Before I got in my relationship, man, every time I go to Walmart, I was hollering at a female. I don't have a problem with talking to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I would I would be in there with my daughter. She'd be like, "Dad, every time we come here, you talk to a woman." I'm like, "Hey, I'm trying to find you a stepmama, okay?" You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So I don't have a problem with talking to someone when I meet them. Like if I see a woman I'm attracted to, go and talk to them, and that's a bonus for me. But some people have, since this technology thing has came along, people don't know how to talk to people no more. They're all
That's
they
what
know.
I was gonna say. Yep.
The only thing they know how to do is text. Like I'm a phone guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm remember them days. And I know Lamar can relate to this. Having a teen line in your room, you be sitting there talking to your girl on the phone for hours. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, just kicking back and talking. We didn't have text messages back then. We had email, but nobody was emailing like
No.
in high school we wasn't emailing like that. We would
Right.
talking on the phone. We'd grab numbers and all that. So yeah, man, I'm an advocate for it, to be honest with you, because it's really hard to keep someone's attention over technology. You know what I'm saying? Like you the thing about online dating, when you meet someone, it's hard to keep their attention.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
Agree. Yeah, I
And
agree.
then one thing that a lot of people don't think about, sometimes when you text people, the text message might come off in a way where you say one thing, but the person takes it another. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
Yeah.
instance,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they can't feel your tone with a text message, but they can feel it with your voice. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Like you can tell somebody's angry when they're when they're talking to you. You may
Yeah.
not be able to pick up on that if they're texting you. So it's a lot of different things, you know, that goes into it. The only thing that I think that's beneficial with the online dating is if you have anxiety with approaching people or talking to people in person, you can do that online. You know what I'm saying? And you can, adjust your text message so you won't say anything that could be offensive or anything. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can think of. That's the only benefit I can think of with online versus in person.
So that's what I was gonna say with question number two.
Okay.
Our people, well, to expand on what you both said, the only other benefit that I see is that there are people that I have met on the other side of town that I probably would have never met.
Mm.
So
That's true too. That's true too.
in my little city, um, I really haven't seen a whole lot of suitors that I would be interested in. And almost any and everybody that I've met, none of them have really lived in my close proximity. So,
Mhm.
but the other thing is, are people approaching people and are people being approachable? Like, because of technology, have we gotten away from if you see a woman and you find her attractive, being like, hey, how you doing? Can I have your digit? Because I've heard lots of men say, women act like you could hit them upside the head if try to just say somebody looks nice or they smell good. And, vice versa. I get my car washed, hand washed about once a week. And I can't tell you how many times, not even trying to just talk to somebody, I'll be sitting next to a man, they won't say a word. And I'm like, wow, like we're not hospitable anymore. Nobody's trying to ask you to take me to Longhorn. I'm just saying hello. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I'm a you know I'm a friendly person. I'll speak to anybody. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Well, some guys probably do because they are probably intimidated by how the woman looks or dress, and they kind of sometimes it's more of like a mental thing where
Yep.
they feel like that if they see a woman that's dressed now. I mean, we've seen it. Like, I mean, we've watched plenty of '80s movies. We watched '90s movies as well. It's a lot of times that guys don't approach or they don't talk to women because of the way how they dress or the way how they carry themselves because they feel intimidated by that woman. And they already got in their head, oh well, this woman's not going to talk to me because I don't have this, or I'm not wearing this, and this, that, and the third. And so um I just feel like at times, there might be a little intimidation when it comes to that. And guys would be like, shoot, man, I'm not dressed today. I'm not. I don't have on. The suit or my shirt ain't right. Or something like that. I'll. They'll put it in their head. Well, I'll see her again, and then you won't. You probably won't. You know.
Exactly.
So
Hmm.
so so that plays a part in it too. I think that men are, intimidated at times by, how a woman looks, or like I said, they vice versa, might have low self-esteem. And
Hmm.
you
Oh,
just never know. The mental part plays a huge part in everything, with people. So that's my take.
you know what?
Okay.
And the thing is, back to piggyback what you said about people just being afraid, or being intimidated. Um, I tell my sons, like, you know, all of us, all men get rejected. Okay. And a lot of times people are afraid to approach women because they're afraid of rejection.
Hmm.
Me, if a woman rejects me, I'm like, okay, on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't get discouraged. I tell my boys don't get discouraged because every woman is not going to be attracted to you. But
Exactly.
you're going to find a woman who is attracted to you for one reason or another. and
Yes.
and I tell them all the time, like, you cannot get be afraid to talk to women because you're afraid they're going to tell you no. I said, what's the worst thing that's going to happen when they tell you no? They just told you no. That's it. It's not going to it's not going to cost you your life. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna cut you off from all other women. Just go on to the next one. That's it. I've been shit. I've been rejected before. It don't hurt my confidence
We all
at
have.
all.
And
Yeah.
rejection, the way I look at it, this may be kind of weird, but rejection prepares you for other areas in your life. It may help you in your career, but
Yeah.
you got to shoot them shots.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't if you play softball or basketball, whatever. You don't make the shot the first time. You got to shoot the shots, and then you eventually gonna make the basket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. But like I said, we got, like I said, we have to understand. Like I said, we watch movies in the 80s and the 90s, and those movies, regardless if they have black or white actors in it, they pretty much depicted, you know, that, oh my gosh, that's the popular girl in school,
Hmm.
or she'll never talk to me, whatever, because she's so popular. And you know and speeding up to the present and now, it's like I said before, I think the time is probably more mental, because you have been shot down. You know, you've been you ain't you ain't Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator. You ain't go rise back up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it it
Man,
it,
look.
it, it it's gonna take that homeboy to really pep talk him and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, yeah, you could do this.
Hey, you know what's funny, man? Like, I got shot down bad one time, so bad, bro. Like, I was working at Old Country Buffet, okay, and this fine ass girl, like, okay, so let me back up a little bit. I was the carver, okay, so I would cut the roast, the turkey, and the ham for the guests or whatever. This lady came up to my line, man. She was so fine. I was like, "Hey, what's your name?" She's like, "My name doesn't matter. Can you cut my ham?"
Wow.
Man, like that could have easily discouraged me for the rest of my life. But you know what? I kept going. You know what I'm saying?
But
Because it is what it is. You're not gonna. Every woman you talk to is not gonna be interested in you.
and that's when you were supposed to have one of them old school songs, Aquarius, and my name is Marzelle.
Yeah,
Hey, it happens to the best of us, man. It
yeah,
happens to the best of us, man. But
yeah,
it is what it is, man. I'm like you not nobody. Everybody who knows me personally knows that Michael Jordan is my favorite player. Okay, Michael Jordan has missed shots. Okay,
Exactly. Yep.
Michael Jordan has missed shots. He's lost games, but he's still considered the greatest to ever do it because he kept going. He didn't stop. He didn't let that one uh, game or one missed shot stop him from working hard to be better. And the thing is, man, like talking to women is an art form. It really is, like, because every woman is different. It's really hard to keep women's attention. It really is. It's really really hard.
Well, I think for me, Marzelle, you know, I don't like when people use this term serial dater, and I don't like when people make you feel like you're being interrogated. I think what dating is supposed to be is figuring out what is best for you. And the only way that you're going to know that is through experience. To me, I relate a lot of stuff to workplace, but you don't really know if you enter the workplace, you don't really know that you don't like this environment until you've tried it. And then you're like, okay, I'm not going to go work at this place again because blah, blah, blah. That's to me, that's the same thing with dating. Like, I have learned so much from dating on things that are non negotiable. And I'll give you an example. We talked, I don't know if you were on this episode, Lamar, but we talked a couple of podcasts ago about deleting photos, right? And I originally said I didn't want to do it for whatever reason, right? But now that I've had the opportunity to date and really hear people that are more serious minded, you know, that's something that is not that big of a deal to me anymore. And so these are things like before we start the show today, just the evolution of dating, things that you said that you wouldn't do or you haven't done, you become more open to it through experience, good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean it's all about growing and evolving and I think I said this in a previous episode that the older you get, the more stuff you're not gonna put up with. You already know what you're gonna do. You already know, like, you're not settling for less. So you have to, but it's again, it's about growing and evolving, and
Correct.
at the end of the day, I mean, like Marzell said, and it's crazy that he said that you approach different women different ways. Like the way how you approach this woman, you probably not gonna approach the next woman with it, and you have to work on the fly.
Yeah.
You have to because you know, and some people will say, well, that's game, but I mean, if you look at if you watch the movie How to Be a Player, that's what it was. I mean, unfortunately, it was a game, and the way how Bill Bellamy, approached different women, he he had older women, so he knew how to talk to older women. He had younger women. He knew what to say to the younger women.
Yep.
So, hey,
And you hit the nail right on the head, man. You cannot approach no two women the same way. Like I noticed that a lot of men fuck up because they try to approach every woman the same way. You cannot, because what one woman might find, appealing, another woman isn't. Like, for example, I've seen
Angie
guys
said she
go
can't
to,
hear.
and she says she can't hear me. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, because I even tried to adjust my volume. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay, Angie, can you hear me now?
You still can't hear us.
She probably had to leave and come back.
Hey, yeah, leave and come back.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
But like I was saying, when you can't approach two women the same way, like I've seen guys go up to a girl and say some nasty shit to her. Like some shit like, talking like dirty to her, and the shit worked. Angie,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I can't hear her though.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, she said yes. I heard her. Can you hear me, Angie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Man, I hate this shit.
I do too, man. I do too. So Marzell was saying that you can't, the way how you talk to to a woman, you can't
Angie,
talk to them.
Angie,
Angie, can you hear him now? Gosh.
hold on. I'm gonna kick her out
Okay.
and then bring her back.
Okay.
Angie,
Angie. She still can't hear us. I think she.
Okay. Tell her.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna put something.
That should be annoying, man.
Yeah, it does. It's. I just put in a chat like adjust your volume or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this one more time. That's the thing that I hate about this shit.
I hate this boy.
Yeah.
Man, Angie, you still can't hear us? Okay, Angie, can you hear me now? Angie, can you hear me now? She cannot. She cannot. She
Angie,
cannot. She cannot hear us, bro. She
I don't
cannot
know.
hear us at all.
I don't know what's going on. Uh,
So to kind of finish your point, you okay. So say for instance, you want to talk to Sexy Red. You know how Sexy Red is, her lyrics wise. So you gonna talk to her like that, but you ain't gonna talk to Halle Berry like that.
hell no.
Now, yay,
Absolutely not. Angie,
Yeah. Angie, can you
yay,
hear us?
yes,
Cool beans.
I can't hear
yes.
her.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know, man. Shit's crazy.
Oh my god, bro. That's hold on. I'm even gonna adjust my audio. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Well, I hear you fine. I don't think you can
Okay.
hear
yeah,
anything.
yeah. I can hear both of you guys.
Okay, cool. This ain't even my podcast, and I'm scratching my head. Will give me great grayer hairs.
Mm.
Okay, now I hear Angie.
Okay, you can?
Yeah. Can you hear me,
Okay.
Angie?
Angie, say something.
Hello,
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
I can
Did
still
you hear
hear you, Lamar.
you can't hear Marzel.
No,
Oh, I'm gonna do it one more time. Hold on.
This is wild. I don't know why it does this.
I don't either.
And I think that I'm really gonna try to work on
Angie.
please say yes, you can hear him.
I
And
can't.
You
I
said
don't
she
know.
can't.
I don't know what's going on, man. Um,
I can only hear you,
She can
unless you
only
want
hear
to be the
me.
moderator.
yeah. Um, let me see something real quick.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I'm gonna try it one
Okay.
more time.
Okay. Can you hear Marzel now?
No.
That's
Yeah,
frustrating. That's frustrating. Because I don't know why you can hear me and you can't hear him.
Right.
That's not cool.
Does he need to hang up and come back in? Maybe.
Angie.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's hanging
Oh.
up and he's coming back in. Yeah.
Angie.
Okay.
She only hears me, man.
I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with this shit, but okay.
I
Uh,
tell you what. Let's
Do we
all of
all
us
do it?
just leave.
Yeah.
All of us
Eh,
just leave and then we come back in.
okay.
okay.
All right. All right.
Okay. Bye bye.